So I'm going to click, okay, so we are recording and we're going to go ahead and get started to value everyone's time. Thank you guys for being on here on your Sunday night, and I hope that you guys are all celebrating yourself for an amazing July because you guys did an amazing job. So if you guys would, I would love for you to shout yourself out in the chat box and just tell me something that you're proud of that you did in August. It can be business, it can be personal, it can be anything. So just shout yourself out. Candace, I haven't been on a whole bunch, like looking for specific stuff. Is there something specific it was acting funny about?
Yeah, I have a party that I'm supposed to be putting in, and a lady ordered online, and it's not showing up on my end, but she did send me a screenshot of the email she got saying, that she had placed her order or whatever. So it's not calculating, like it's not updating
Your PRV?
anything. Like it shows the last thing that was done was like first thing this morning or 11:25, and it hasn't updated since.
I don't
And
know.
I've had a few orders go in, but I'm just wondering because I got two big orders to put in tonight, and I'm kind of making me
Have you on your orders tab where like over to the right where it says like clear all search and filters, have you pressed that?
I can try.
Sometimes like that'll happen.
Yep.
Did it pop up then?
Mm-mm.
No. Mine hasn't been acting funny, but I will say that I don't think the PRV has been updating as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, Holly just gave you a pointer there. But I wouldn't be worried. I know it'll if you put in your party, you'll be fine. It may just be some glitches with the workstation because they worked yesterday, like consultant support worked yesterday, but they're not working today. So it may just be something funny, but it should be fine for you to enter a party order. I've entered 2 or 3 this weekend too.
Okay.
You should be okay.
Thank
So
you.
you're so welcome. So y'all, please tell me something that you're proud of besides Angelica and Guinevere. Oh, good job, Vive. So Vive earned 3-month consistency with director or at director. So for those of you that don't know, when you hit director and you get paid at title for 3 consecutive months, you get reunion registration for free. So now she gets to register for reunion next summer in Charlotte completely for free. So that's super exciting. And I see you guys are talking about sponsoring. That is amazing. You got certified. Yay. Donna said it was her first full month and she had 2,167 PRV. So you are amazing. Beverly said she joined July 17th. She's active and almost shooting star. Good job. Yes. Okay. So everything is a crazy time, Jen. Like it is so crazy. Okay, so I am super proud of you guys. If you attended virtual SFR, tell me something that you took away from that or something that was really exciting for you. Those of you who are new or maybe did not get the chance to attend virtual SFR, like SFR is Cincy Family Reunion, which is basically our huge event that Cincy has once a year. It's like the biggest party ever. And you get to see the fall catalog, see all the new things. And this year we had to do it virtually. So it was a little different, but I feel like they did a really, really good job of still letting everybody like really understand the Cincy spirit. So I hope you guys that did get to listen. I hope that you guys really caught a glimmer of Heidi and Orville because they really are the most amazing people on the face of the planet. And those are our co-CEOs. And they're just So amazing. If you did attend virtual SFR, do not forget that you had 30 days from when all of that started to go watch all of those expo videos. And I actually go back and watch them a couple of times because especially something that's like if I'm struggling in something, and guys, you can never stop learning in this business. And a lot of times when I listen to something for the second time, I take something completely different away. So, and it's honestly so cool because I liked the videos because I really got to pay attention and really hear what everybody had to say. And if you've been to reunion before the expo, sometimes it gets really loud and you've got to rotate through. And yes, Jen, I love, she just said to see different perspectives on the same thing. So they had multiple consultants presenting on like host to join kit. And so you got to hear from multiple different people how they use that. So that is something that's really awesome. Now, next year in July, if anybody has the dates handy, you can absolutely type those in the chat box. I do not have the dates right here in front of me. But next July, our Cincy family reunion is in Charlotte. And guys, you don't know, we've been waiting, I guess, 4 years, maybe 5 years. We've been waiting for reunion to be back on the East Coast because it has been a long time coming. My very first reunion was Nashville, which was the closest to East Coast that they've been. The past couple of years, it's been Austin, Texas, Kansas City, Missouri, Anaheim, California. So the last 3, right? And then Nashville was the one before that. So we have been begging and begging and begging. And guys, they are coming to North Carolina because we are a group that is unheard of. And we are about to turn the F up in Charlotte. And I know that that may offend somebody, but I'm telling you right now, we are going to be rolling deep. And you do not want to miss Charlotte SFR because I'm telling you right now, Cincy home office and all them people, they aren't ready for us. They are not ready for all of the heat that North Carolina is about to bring. So go ahead and plan. Start saving now if you need to travel to Charlotte, because I know not everybody is here in North Carolina, but most of us, for the most part, we're over on this side of the US, so it's not necessarily a plane ticket that you're having to buy. So typically, I can't tell you how much registration is, but when it comes to SFR, you're going to pay for your own food, you're going to pay for where to stay, etc. But it's all a business write-off. And Donna said it's July 21st through the 24th. So you just need to go ahead and have that on your calendar, plan for it, be ready, start saving now. You're going to hear me talk about reunion every single month that we have a team meeting from here until then, because when I tell you that reunion 100% changed my business and I wouldn't be here without it, I mean that. And I know that all of these other ladies that have been can say that they never want to miss one. When you do miss one, I carried around a little stick person of Blair last summer because she was pregnant and had her baby and all the things. And I just carried her around with me because it was really sad for her to not be there. So just make a plan and you got to go. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do is just like a little catalog walk. So if you have a catalog, grab it. If you don't, pull it up on your phone or on the computer or whatever. I just kind of want to do a little walkthrough. I've never really done one of these with our team before, but it's because typically we are at reunion when we find out all of the different things. So I wanted to just do this with you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is on page 5. If you are brand new to Cincy, you may not know that one of our core values is to give more than you take. So every single catalog season, Cincy comes out with some type of charitable cause, and we have a charitable cause warmer, and proceeds from all of those sales go towards whatever foundation they've chosen. So we've done Alex's Lemonade Stand, which was a childhood cancer thing. We've done, was it Habitat for Humanity? Which is Habitat for Humanity, the one where they like build people's houses. And so it's just really, really cool. this year is the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Guys, this is obviously something that is near and dear to a lot of our hearts. A lot of us, I'm sure, have been affected by somebody that has had breast cancer. And I really, really want us as a team to really band together and try and support this cause as much as possible. I don't think they talked about it. I don't remember if they did, Jen. I don't think they went into big detail with it because reunion had to be like thrown together online. But they will probably come out with something. What they typically do is they talk about how much we donated to the previous foundation, and then they talk about why we chose this one, etc. But the one thing about this warmer is it is $50. You cannot use host credits or half off or anything for that because they are donating $9.50 from the sale of each warmer to the foundation. And when you sell, I want to say it's $100. I'd have to look it up, but you get a charitable cause ribbon at SFR on your tag when you have worked to help and support that foundation. So not only do we do it because we're selling the product, but because Scentsy really does take a stand for some really great foundations. So definitely don't forget about that. Every year, no matter what foundation it is, I buy one myself. I go live on Facebook. I share about it. I continue to share about it. I've already bought mine and it's on the way. So I definitely encourage you guys to do that. You can read more about all of their charitable cause stuff in the workstation. I'm sure there'll be a video. WIFBox. So the last 2 months, June and July, WIFBox was only available in Scentsy Club. They are making it available for just regular order, but it's only while supplies last. But guys, this is the thing. If the WIFBox is not already in someone's Scentsy Club, they're not going to be able to go and add the WIFBox after it sells out this month. Make sense? So if somebody wants the WIFBox, you just need to tell them it's while supplies last. You can get it through Scentsy Club or you can order it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So also, if you are brand new to Scentsy, and I mean, I even tell seasoned consultants this, I get it's right here somewhere. I get I don't want to lie to y'all. Sorry, my office is a hot mess right now. I get a product training guide. And that is like my Bible right next to my computer, right next to my consultant hand guide, especially for those of you who are brand new. Read through that product training guide, keep it with you because those are the types of questions and answers that customers are going to ask you that you're probably not going to know if you haven't used our product or been with us for a long time. So that product training guide is something that's super, super important. And it should be on the workstation as well. So if you have ordered it and it's on back order, check the workstation. You should be able to type in something about product training guide and download it and look at it that way. Exactly what I was about to say. Liza said it's a great outline for parties. So I have done some customer videos and I've put them on YouTube. Well, a lot of the things that I talk about, I got from the product training guide. And it's stuff that even though I've been a Scentsy consultant now for 5 years and was using Scentsy for probably 5 years before that, it's things that I didn't necessarily know, or it's just like little tips and facts. And they really do update it every catalog season because there's always newer things added. And mine really is right here. I just have all these papers on my desk. So make sure that you are looking through that. That has a really good pointers. So one thing that I really love, and I printed out some notes from once you become a superstar director or star director or director, there are some official groups on Facebook where they give you some, like you have more contact with home office and they give you just more details. So one of the ladies that is like in charge of the home category, I want to read a couple things that she's talked about when it comes to our warmers. And this all came about because somebody was like, why is Hoot still available? like the owl warmer, and Jane. And there's some other ones that have been in the catalog for years and years and years. And people are like, okay, after 7 catalogs, who are we really selling a lot of hoots still? Like asking those types of questions. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow this post because I want to see what somebody says, because I've kind of thought some of the same things, like the wildlife $50 warmer. How many of those are we still really selling? And so she said that they use customer data provided once a year, and it gives them demographics, income levels, lifestyle, and value, and they turn it into market research. And so what they do is they go and they look at stores and they cater their designs to what they see every day and what home decor would look like. Um, Obviously, we have a decor style and then the own person's individual personality to consider. That's why you'll see farmhouse decor, but with sayings that represent family, home, and simple living. Our brand messaging is strong, and we will build that into every one of our products, speaking for home specifically, where each design makes a house feel like a home with fragrance as the counterpart. And like, I really liked where she said that, because that's very true. And I know that for a lot of people in the Scentsy community, like they use our warmers as decor, not just because it smells good. Like they're really in like putting our warmers, even if you don't have wax in it all the time. I have a couple around my house I don't have wax in. They're more than just pretty designs. They want our warmers to mean something. So when a customer looks at their warmer, they feel joy and have an amazing memory because of what it represents. Think about that angel wing warmer that's on my mantle with my picture next to Gabe. Like that is exactly why I purchased that warmer. That warmer doesn't have any wax in it, and it probably won't ever, but I purchased that for that meaning that was in my home. The Bless This Home warmer that they released this month. Think about how many people want that because it says bless this home. So they choose those things to bring meaning. So this one, we have staple warmer designs that we keep in line, even if they aren't top sellers. Even though we don't sell many of our cat warmers, it's essential that they are in the line because we have dog people and cat people, and we want people to know that we have something that can represent everybody. We have religious, wilderness, coastal country, simple living, inspirational, etc. So we want to make sure that all of those things come in, but still have like the plain Jane kind of stuff is basically what it comes down to. They look at blogs that core customers are subscribed to, and they focus a lot of time into figuring out what is going to be trending in the upcoming seasons. And I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but Scentsy always on trend. And sometimes they'll come out with something and I'm like, and then fall comes and everything in Hobby Lobby is just like that. And it's because they've spent a lot of time with market research. That's why, so like people say, well, why can't we get that warmer in region 2 had a warmer called Pink Topaz, which was just like the blue crystal ice. And I wanted Pink Topaz so bad because it was hot pink. It was like bougie. It was totally me. But we didn't get it in region 1 because of the market research, and because hot pink is not something that is necessarily on trend, and people aren't decorating with hot pink in the United States. But I guess in New Zealand, it was a thing. I don't know. I still want that warmer. But that is sort of why I guess some of those things come through on all of that. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to share with you the top selling warmers for the last catalog season, and then we will move on. Little Garden, Be Happy Mini, Wherever I Am With You, the one that says home across the top, Aloe Vera, Angel Wings, and God is Great. You will notice that they all embody trends. So like Little Garden and Aloe Vera, Making a House a Home, the Whenever I'm With You, Aspiration, which is Be Happy, and then Religion. But those warmers kind of grouped themselves. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to kind of know why some of that stuff was going on. I felt like it was pretty interesting, and I wanted to know like how they know everything's on trend. The way the catalog is laid out is actually very specific too. We used to have pages that had more warmers on them than others, blah, blah, blah. In the comments, somebody tell me a warmer or a new thing that you guys are super excited about. Something that you can't wait to buy for yourself, or something you think your customers are going to really like. For me, I've already ordered the little church warmer because I'm excited to put that one in my house. I love that. Yeah, the cow warmer, the church, the wire mini. Yeah. So I think the cow one is going to be a really, really good seller too. Like it's just, I'm not a big element warmer person, but I mean, I love my aloe vera warmer. So, Abby said the bubbled ultraviolet. Yes. I'm excited for that one just because I can't wait to see it in person. I'm really waiting for my kit to get here from Grow with the Flow. Okay, so I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so something else to know for new people, as well as many other people that may not just know this. Whenever I am looking for or if somebody asks me something about a warmer, guys, don't screenshot the catalog. Boring. Real life photos are always going to be what works. So if you are brand new, if you have Instagram, go ahead and follow the hashtag Scentsy Snapchat. Ugh, I can't even, I don't even know what I said. Scentsy Snapshot, okay? It's all through the catalog. They like really do go and look at that, and they're looking for people to use like in the catalog and to feature on the websites, etc. But that is always going to be a better option than screenshotting your catalog. Something else I do is I will go to Facebook and I will type in Etched Core Mini Warmer or Etched Core plugin or something. And you can filter it for photos and you can find real life pictures of all of those. So that is really what is going to be a better option. Pinterest has stuff, Google has stuff, but for the most part, using Scentsy Snapshot or literally just typing in that warmer to Facebook, I find a lot of pictures and can send them to customers that way. So I wanted to talk about the combine and save with the, so if you guys wanted to, you could turn to page 64 and 65. There's now a classic clean combine and save. You're going to save $3, so you get a bathroom cleaner, a counter clean, and a dish soap. They can choose any scents that they want, but we definitely need to be utilizing this. I know for me, I don't have a ton of people that really use our or my people. I don't have a ton of people that are using dish soap, but I know that they love counter clean and bathroom cleaner. I'll have a lot of people say, hey, I want this in counter clean, this in bathroom cleaner. Try and upsell them to the combine and save. They're going to save $3, and we know that when they try out our products, they really are going to love it. So knowing your combine and saves are really, really key there. Same thing with fragrance flowers. You're going to save $3 if you bundle 3. So whenever somebody comes to me and they want to buy something, I always upsell them, or they ask me the price, you want to upsell them, okay? And something I heard from Rachel Pence this past week, when you have a customer that texts you or messages you and they're like, how much is that take a stand warmer? Well, it can be free. That should be your response. It can be free. And you can explain to them how it can be free. Do you have 6 friends that want some wax? We can get you that warmer for free. Or however it is you want to word it, you don't have to automatically say, okay, well, that warmer is $45. Say, well, I could get it for you for half off. I could get it for you for free. So think about the way that you're offering somebody that and change your verbiage, because I bet a lot of times if we stop taking the order and we're offering them a cheaper price in an easy way to get it free or half off, people won't feel so intimidated by that. So definitely think about your verbiage. So Paula, it's on the the bundle and save in our catalog. I don't know if it's in the product training guide, honestly. I haven't looked through that as much yet, but if you look at the bundle and save, it's there. And yes, we've been asking for a bundle like that. Same thing with the warmer and bar bundles. We've been asking for bundles with $50 warmers for numerous catalog seasons. So make sure you know those. If there is anything that you should know in our catalog, it's our bundle and saves. I'm not saying that I don't have to go back and look at those things quite often, because I do. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I do know that we have 1 warmer and 3 bar combos. I do know that we have combos where you can get 2 $20 warmers and 6 bars. And if you take a look, do the math. So for instance, 2 $20 warmers and 6 bars is $66 if they do the combine and save. But if they were to do it individually, they would be paying $76. So they're saving $10. So when somebody says, okay, well, I want this mini warmer, and 3 bars, offer them, I can give you $10 in savings if you up it to 6 bars. So think about how you're offering those things and knowing how much the sale is or how much cheaper you're getting it that way. People want a sale. How many times have you walked into a store and you don't even need anything, but it's on sale and you do it and you buy it anyway? I don't need any panties, but they're 6 for 30. Like, it's time. Like, that's what you do, because, and when somebody asks how much bars are, they're buy 5, get 1 free. That's what they are. Like, that's what you say. And it all comes down to the way that you word it and be confident in it. You're not anybody else's paycheck. You're not anybody else's checkbook. Don't discount and say, oh, well, they're never going to buy that. Well, they're never going to buy it if you don't offer it to them that way. They're not going to do, like, it's okay to say, okay, this is how much it is, if you're not offering them a party or whatever else. But just get in the habit of trying your best not to just take somebody's order and trying to help them get it for free and half off. It's not just you trying to build your customer base, it's you taking care of your customer, because you'd be surprised how many people don't realize that they could get anything in the catalog for free. Every single thing in our catalog is available for free. Everything. You can get anything in our catalog for free, anything besides like the breast cancer warmer and like the licensed things. But anything else you can get for free. And that's what you need to be telling your people, especially now in the fall, especially now when people, a lot of times, this is August, people start Christmas shopping now. They're crazy. I can't do all that. I'll be like psycho, but people start buying now. And so do your people know if they place $200 in pre-tax orders that they can get $20 in free and a half off item? Are you offering that to your people? Do you have somebody that's ordering $150 and you're not asking them if they want to up it to 200 and get some more stuff? Because people do that. And so don't worry about what you think somebody can spend. You don't know what their bank account looks like. So think about that. Okay, so we spent way too much time, or I spent way too much time on that. Okay, so the next thing that I just really kind of wanted to just talk through those couple of things. Just know your catalog, y'all. And it's okay to not know it all. Just have one with you. That's what I do. It's okay. They're not going to judge you because you need to look at it. You don't want to tell somebody wrong, right? Just say, hey, hold on a second. Especially if you're texting somebody, pull out a dang catalog. They don't know. Even if you're in person, it's okay. The fall boss things. I have a video on my YouTube channel about my fall bag parties. Go watch that. In this agenda, that is a link to a bunch of fall things. It's not everything, but there's tons of things in there that you can use for fall. Remember, you don't have to be me. You need to be you. The only thing that anybody really needs is a catalog and some testers or some scents to smell. That's all they need. And before I was a consultant, I never smelled scents before I bought them. I looked at the descriptions and I asked my consultant what she thought. Told her what I liked, told her what I didn't like. So don't feel like that just because somebody's far away that they're not going to want to buy because they can't smell the scents. That's not true. I did it for years before I finally joined. So if you are the consultant though, you do need to be smelling those testers and knowing what types of scents things are. And it's okay to learn that as you go. All right. So something else, just in general, I'm just going to put this out there. There has been a lot of things not communicated very well through the news tab. And I mean, I'm just going to say it. There are things that are not communicated through the news tab that need to be better communicated on. And I mean, there's nothing really anybody can do about that. But what we can do is make sure that we are checking the workstation daily, and just doing our best. And when things aren't showing up on the product status list, just know that they're also telling us from our end, they can only update it once a day. They're updating it at like their close of business in Idaho, when they get updates from their other shipping centers, because here in the United States, there are 3 warehouses that they ship from. So it's late in the day for us that it usually actually updates. And then when things sell out or something like that happens overnight, it's actually almost a day before we see it on the product status list, because it may be at night for us and then they're not going to update it till like 6 o'clock our time the next day. That's just because of the way that things are. So just try your best to be understanding. I wish that there were something else I could say about that, except for they're just doing the best that they can. Anything that I see that I can give you guys better information on, I try my best to help you guys out with that. Yes, Paula. So Paula said she became ballsier and started mentioning parties for every order, and she's at 4 parties for August. Yeah. And that you're not going to get parties by posting on Facebook. You're not going to get parties by somebody just coming and saying, hey, can I party with you? People aren't going to do that. You have to ask. If you don't ask, the answer is always no, period. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Abby, that is a great topic, and let me talk about that right now. So Abby said, I see a lot of people posting upcoming items way before they're due. What are your suggestions? I have girls that order from me asking about products not due to come out until September, and they've seen it on Facebook. So what I'm going to say about that, guys, is there are always going to be people that do that. They are not smart business owners. And I know that that sounds ugly, but there is absolutely zero reason, zero, for anybody to be posting something that is not available until September right now. That is just plain stupid. And I know that sounds harsh, but we had a new catalog released 2 days ago. What in the hell are you doing? And I know that sounds ugly, but like, why are you sharing that when we have a whole catalog full of brand new stuff? What are you even doing? That makes 0 sense to me. So you're going to see people do it and you're going to let them do it. And when their August sucks because they've posted the Nightmare Before Christmas warmer that they can't get until September, peace out, Girl Scout. My August is going to rock. And then there's still your loyal customers. And Abby, that's it. Abby, like your loyal customers are going to do exactly what your loyal customers did. They came to you and you're going to say, well, yes, it's not available until September. Let me write your name down. And when it gets closer to September, I'll follow up with you and get payment information and we can do a pre-order then. But for now, do you want this bag so that you can get your August stuff for free? Because it just doesn't make any sense. And that's exactly what I would do. I've had people reach out to me about the Nightmare Before Christmas things, like somebody wanted the buddy and the mini warmer. And I just wrote down her name, and I have a little note in my planner the last week of August. That's when I'm going to go and get her information so I'm ready for it on September 1st. There's going to be people that do it. There's probably somebody that's already posted the warmer of the month for September too. There's probably somebody that's posted about Christmas. Like, who does that? It's not available till October. Makes 0 sense. The only time anybody gets anything, any type of early is like, I have Jess, I can't even say her last name. She's one of my frontline now. I've known her for I don't know how long, and I know she's obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas, like to the point where it's craziness. Last year at reunion, I personally texted her that because I knew she would be excited about it. And I know like she would save up so that she had the money to not have to worry about it, blah, blah, blah. She ended up joining right after she bought that, but I'm not going to post about it. So you can see SSDs, you see all the people do it. I'm going to tell you what, guys, those SSDs that are doing it, and I'm going to say it right here and it's on a recording, they ain't getting paid at title because they're worried about something that ain't available until September. That's just not smart. And so, Abby, you keep doing what you're doing. You keep listening to all of us that are telling you to sell what's available now. Just like last month when there were all these things on back order, we ain't going to worry about what's not available. We're going to worry about what we can sell. We're going to worry about what else we're going to sell out. Okay? Because that's what we do here. So just make sure that you're just being smart. Like I just said, if you know somebody that's personally just really obsessed with it, personally text them. You're doing them a favor. But for everybody and their mama to know about it, no. Anyway, thank you for asking that. We'll make sure that we keep talking about that because even when I think the flyers come out August 10th that we can order them, people will start sharing it then again too. That's too early. That's too early. The only people that would get anything like that about that kind of stuff is somebody that's already hosted and closed their party with me this month. So just think about selling what's available now and using it as your leverage. Okay. So earlier when we first started the call, I asked you guys to kind of total up where you were or where you are incentive point wise. So I don't want anybody to be embarrassed or anybody to feel any type of way, but I want you guys, if you did figure that out, tell me in the chat box how many points you have. Our trackers aren't up yet. And that's one thing that I really do not like about our first month of the incentive is that our trackers are not up. So if you are new and you're not sure how to earn the incentive or you don't really even know what I'm talking about, go read your incentive tab later. That's going to give you so much information. And I wanted you guys to total up what you have because, listen, if you're not where you want to be, you're the only one that can change it. And you're the only one that can take accountability for that. If you are where you want to be, we still got 5 months left to go, right? And so we've got a lot of work to do either way because you've got to work from now until the end of this incentive to really earn it. And if you're not, I mean, I want to know what ride we're going to ride together in Disney for free. That's what I want to know because, I mean, we're going, right? So Paula, it started July 1 and it goes through December 31st. And so I want you guys to know this, and I haven't really shared this here recently, and I don't want to talk too long about it, but when I joined Cincy, I joined on July 23rd of 2015. I didn't sell anything in July, and the reason being is because August 1st started a 10% off month. So what I did was I sold all the things at 10% off even in July. I was just collecting those orders. August 1st, I put in my order and I was at like 700 and something. So I hit shooting star and I was almost at certified within my first month in business. By October, I had earned Disney World for free. I was brand new. I had been in Cincy for less than 3 months and I had already earned Disney World for myself for free. So anybody that's on here, whether you believe you can earn this trip or not, you're right. I don't care if you've been with Cincy for 5 years like me, or you just joined like 4 days ago. You can go on this trip for free. The only thing stopping you is you and your determination. And so if you want to go on this trip, you need to self-assess where you are right now. And if you're not where you want to be, put your head down and get to work, because it's the fall, y'all. And the fall's coming, and it's time to turn up whether you're ready or not. And let me tell you, you're going to be looking back at this video in December when it's about to be the shipping cutoff and you need 2,000 PRV and nobody's got any money because all their money's already spent for Santa Claus, that you go be hurting and you're going to be hating your life, and you're going to be like, dang, I wish I listened to Chastity and turned it up in August. I have people that do it every incentive season. Please don't do it, because I don't have time to listen to it, because I'm going to be like, I told you so. So front load, have your parties, do your sponsoring, do all the things now. So whether you are where you want to be right now or not, you have the opportunity to change it, because we've got time. In December, we ain't got time, but we have time now. So make a plan, get with your sponsor, look at where you need to be for sponsoring points, because that's very, very important as well. You need to know what the difference is between those sponsoring points and then just like the regular points in general. They all go into one total. I've also done a video on my team page about how to earn the incentive and all of those types of things. Go read that FAQ, know it. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on because I've talked way too long about way too many things. The next thing I wanted to talk about real quick was sponsoring. In the Google Doc that I shared at the beginning of this call, if anybody wants to copy and paste it back into the chat for the people that weren't on there, you can see that I linked a little folder that goes to join info packets. There are lots of things in there. Take it, make it yours. That's why it's there, for you to get inspiration, or for you to put your picture on it, for you to do whatever you need to do. But if you aren't asking people to join your team, they're not going to join. Nobody, very few people will just be like, hey, I'm ready to join Cincy, when you've never said anything about joining ever. Very few people are going to come to you. Which one says you need access? The join info? Jen? Okay. I will go back and make sure that, why does it say that? That's why it says restricted right there. Hold on.
I thought it was just me because it was pulling up as my school mail, but then I tried to switch it and it still says need access.
So I just shared the like agenda thing again. I got a new computer, and so like sometimes
It says I need to request access. I think as it says edit up here, like if you look at in your link, are you changing the editing rights?
Okay, let me move it to, I'm going to move it to a different folder because it's just like in my Google Drive. That's never really happened before. Sorry, y'all. But in that little agenda thing, you're going to see that I just have other, hold on, I can't talk and try and move this at the same time. Okay, here we go. Now y'all should be able to do it. For some reason, it was like, Jen, I've never seen it do that where it's like restricted, where I'm trying to click shareable link. I've never seen it do that before. Someone try and click it and see if it works now. Okay, good. So there you're going to find links for that. The only thing, I'm not going to go into a deep sponsoring conversation today because that's not what today is about. All I can say is if you're struggling with sponsoring, you need to go listen to some trainings, number one. If you are struggling with sponsoring, you need to ask yourself, where's your PRV been? Because if your PRV has only been 5 to 700, there's your problem. You need to go back and fix your PRV and up that PRV to 2 to 3,000 so that you're talking to a whole lot more people. So you have a whole lot more people to pull from. And I know that sounds crazy, but if your PRV is low or your PRV is just barely there, you're not going to be talking to enough people to be able to pull those conversations from, to be able to pull those new team members from. So make sure that you're thinking about that, because the next thing that I wanted to talk about was the 3 legs of success. So the 3 legs of success consists of PRV, sponsoring, and coaching. It's important to have all 3 of those legs balanced. Balance is a lie. Balance never happens. There's always something that is going to be, you're going to be stronger in one area. Maybe you're strong in PRV right now, but you've been struggling with sponsoring, but you sponsored 10 people a couple months ago. Well, you sponsored so many people. Now you need to work on balancing back out your stool. It's okay to have fluctuation, but if you're struggling with anything in your business, a lot of times it comes back to PRV. Your PRV is where you're struggling. You're not partying, you're not getting enough contacts, etc. So I'm going to talk about that here in just a second, Paula. Something else with the 3 legs of success is you need a system for each leg of the stool. A system basically just means anything that you're going to do over and over and over again. When it comes to PRV, you have to be following up with your customers. You need to decide if you want to do that on the Sell with Amy app or you want to do it pencil paper. Nobody can decide that for you but you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on my YouTube, look up what Sell with Amy is, even on the workstation. If you're brand new, Catherine, me and you are going to talk because you're brand new. So we haven't even had a second to get trained. So if you don't know all this stuff, don't feel like you just joined. So don't freak out. Yeah, that's a whole nother situation. Blair's going to do a training on her whole 7 people last month because I don't even know what to say about that. Now, Paula said, how do you have a sponsoring conversation with somebody if their party didn't do well? I wish I can remember who this person's name was. They're on Ray Ray's team. And I want to say her name exactly, Liza. I want to say her name was Courtney. She had done a bag party for Ray Ray, sold $0. And Ray Ray drove like 40 minutes to give her this bag party. 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back, because Blair and Ray Ray and all these people live in the boonies. And sold nothing, but then decided to join on like the $15 a kit and sold over $2,000 in their first month because they were officially a consultant. Because I think that plays a big role in it when you're taking ownership in it. Like this is your business now, not Ray Ray's bag party. Because ask yourself how many times you've given a bag party to somebody and you know that host really didn't do anything with it but let it sit on our kitchen table. It's happened, right? But when someone joins, you don't know what they're going to do. Because think about this also, guys. Take it back to yourself. Take it back to how you're host coaching. If you're host coaching someone, or maybe you're not host coaching your bag party people, but you're training the heck out of your new consultants when they join. You're making sure they're watching the videos, they're doing the checklist. Think about that. What type of different support are they getting from that? So Paula, I totally get it. It is sort of awkward or like, well, their party didn't do well. I don't know that they will want to join. You still got to ask because maybe they don't join now, but you planted that seed and then they'll come back in 3 months and join and be a rock star that's the thing. Like you don't know maybe what was going on in their personal life that they didn't feel comfortable talking to you about right then, So definitely always ask. Ask everyone always is my thing. Ask everyone always, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. There's numerous people that are on my team now that I asked for years, people, years. And they finally decided to come. So Candace is a director and she did a bag party with Anna and it was a flop and now she's a director. Like, think about it. So don't count somebody out. July 1st. So this is a good question. Vive said She had a consultant that hit lead in July, and they were previously sponsored. Yeah, so anybody that is your front line right now, so anybody that's my front line, it doesn't matter if they joined today or 2 years ago, if they promote to lead for the very first time, that is 1,000 points for you, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to speed this up to value everybody's time so we can end in an hour. If you don't have systems in place for your business, I am telling your directors who are also on here, do not get on the phone and coach with them. Ask them first, do you have a system in place for your business? You don't need to get on the phone with them and coach them on how to do a system. There are 5 million trainings out there. They need to decide what's going to work for them, and they need to put it in place, because you've got to take that accountability on your own. If you've been a business owner for a while, if you're brand new, that's totally fine. But if you've been a business owner for a year and you don't have any systems in place, your director should not be coaching with you. And I'm going to tell them that, and I'm going to say, and if you get mad, get mad, go get some systems, and then you can talk about what's working. You may try Sell with Amy. And if you are doing that now and you're like, yeah, but I want to chat about doing it a different way, that's acceptable. But just not doing anything is not acceptable. Okay. Choose a system. The next thing is tracking your personal business. Even if you're brand new, I challenge you to start tracking your business. In the Google Drive, you're going to see that there's a yearly tracker for any consultant, a director above, and then a Scentsy timeline. You have to know where you've been to know where you're going. Same thing about everything in life. You have to know where you've been so you know where you want to go. And I know that for me, I sat in a dip in my business when I was really thinking everything was good, and it wasn't, because I wasn't holding myself accountable and because I wasn't self-reflecting every single month. I hope that makes sense. So I have been tracking my business now, paper, pencil, every month. I did all of last year, and then once I've started again. This is only something I have to do at the beginning of each month. So I have all last year just at a glance, right? So I can look at it and say, okay, in January of 2019, I had 56 total frontline. Okay. In January of 2020, I had 79 total frontline. So that's a win for me, right? But what I can look at here is in June, I had 51 active frontline. In July, I had 45. And I need to know that. Like, I need to do some reflection and say, okay, well, that went way down when for the past couple of months, I've been right at 50. So why is that going down? What am I doing different? Did I check out? Did I not give to my team as much? Because if you're going to be a business owner and you want to take it seriously, you can't let yourself get in a slump like I did, or sit somewhere feeling sorry for yourself and not really looking at where you've been. And if my goal is to grow my total frontline to 100 or more, I need to make sure that at the end of every month, okay, I grew, or whatever. So I can set some super serious and super specific goals. So if I say I want to sponsor 7 people, well, why do I want to sponsor 7 people? Besides just blessing people, etc. How is that going to help me grow my business? How is that going to help me do all the things? And if I sponsored, if I sponsored 6 people, but my active frontline didn't jump up from that previous month, did I train those 6 new people appropriately? Or were some of those people could have just been hobbyists, etc. But something that is really big in teaching, but it's also really big in, I feel like, just in life and being a business owner, is self-reflection. Ask yourself what's working. Don't wait until everything's falling apart to make a change. Okay? So tracking your business, training your new team members. We have had a lot of new team members join last month. I anticipate and hope that we're going to have lots and lots of new team members continue to join. Guys, you got to train team members. You got to train them. Just tagging them on Facebook ain't training them. And you know what? Your directors know if that's the only thing that you're doing. We know because we can see through the numbers, number one, and through questions that are asked on the team page, through them maybe reaching up to us, etc. You can't do this business alone, and you shouldn't be sponsoring people if you're not going to take the time to train them, period. And if you don't want to take on that responsibility, refer them to your upline, and we will take on that responsibility, because I love helping people reach their goals, and I want people to join me and know that I'm going to help them. That doesn't mean you have to be at their beck and call. You have to take time for your family just like they do, but you have to train them, whatever that looks like for you. When I first joined Scentsy, we had nothing like what we have now, nothing. So use those things to your advantage. Make sure that they know to go do their first things first checklist. Make sure that they know that in their kit, they're going to get the new consultant hand guide to read. They're going to get the product training guide. They're going to get emails from Scentsy to make sure their email isn't like sending it to spam, because sometimes that happens. Ask them, have you gotten an email from our director? So if you joined me, like me specifically, you're going to get an email from me. But if I'm your director, meaning you joined and my name is as your director, you're going to get an email from me. So for instance, Jen could say, hey, did you get an email from Chastity? Make sure you check that email. She's going to send you a link to the new consultant boot camp videos to go through that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a superwoman, so I don't send them immediately when they join, but once a day or so, I'll look at my email and send those. So that is part of training them, but just tagging them on your team page is not enough. So that is a really good question too, Paula. Paula said, what if someone on your team, like what if one of your new people wants to sign somebody up under them, but you know they aren't ready? So I'm going to use Catherine as an example because she literally joined like 3 days ago and we haven't had a chance to like train yet. If Catherine wanted to sponsor somebody, I would tell her it is never too soon to sponsor. Let them join under you. And what I'm going to do is I am going to sort of tag team them, like, because honestly, I wish that I had like a best friend or somebody that could join with me and like you could do it at the same time. And so you're both kind of learning, because this is the thing. I get questions every day that I don't know the answer to. You're never going to know everything. And the second that you feel like you know everything, Scentsy going to change something or something new is going to happen. So you're never going to know everything. And one of my biggest regrets, Paula, is not coming out the gate sponsoring. So it's never too soon to sponsor. And exactly what Liza just said, I would train them both together. And what I would do, Paula, is just explain to both of them. Normally, like I would say, Paula, to them, like, hey, I'm not gonna train all of your downline like this. I'm doing this with you because you guys are both brand new and you're not quite ready to train them yet because you just joined, right? So explain that to them from the get-go. And I think honestly, that would be like a really great learning point, because then your new frontline, Paula, would be getting trained on how to be a leader and how to be a consultant at the same time. And exactly what Liza just said, help them both reach sensational start through those levels. So it's never too soon to sponsor. If you're scared to sponsor, it's okay to not know everything. We get questions all the time that we don't know the answers to. We go find them by our workstation, by YouTube, through Facebook groups, through chat, consultant support. It's okay to not know. Yeah, girl. And Paula, like all you can do is just keep at it consistently. But it's never too soon to sponsor, but it's not okay to not train them. And I'm not saying don't tag them on stuff in Facebook, because I always tell you to do that. I think that you absolutely should tag people. Guys, I mean, I get so many notifications. If you tag me in something and I don't respond, I promise it's not intentional. It's probably because I picked up my phone and then Marley started trying to eat a crayon or something. So it's like I just get distracted and maybe I mean to go back, but then y'all know you open notifications, but if you leave your phone too long, when you go to open it back up, it's not there anymore. And then the notification's gone, and I'm in so many groups, there's like 600. It's a whole situation. So just know that if that ever happens, especially with me, it's not intentional. And know that the same thing goes for your team members. When someone joins, you can't just go tag them in 6 things and expect them to go get it all done and remember. Because remember, most of us join social media for the most part to be social, not just for a team page, if that makes sense. It's a resource, it's great. And you can always say, hey, I tagged you in such and such, go look at this picture or whatever. Okay, it is 9:30. I feel like I've just talked, but I hope that this was helpful. If you are a lead consultant or above, you are in our Leaders in Light group, and the Build It Big program is going to start running again tomorrow. So if you did that with me, I guess it was maybe almost 2 years ago, do it with me again. I'm going to be redoing a lot of things. I'm revamping things. You're going to see that a lot of the posts are the same, but I know like Jen Gray was with me when I did it the first time. I think that she can totally get something different out of it, and she'll have a different perspective, and she'll be doing different systems. And that's one thing that I would love for people like that to talk about. Like, as you grow and change, your business has to grow and change. And if you are a lead consultant or above, and to be honest, the reason why I'm running this program again is because most of our team, most of our group does not have systems in place. And that's very evident by consistency not being there, and by training our downlines not happening the way that it needs to. And you cannot do this business alone, and you have to help other people find success and learn how to do this business the appropriate way for you to be successful, because we're only as good as our weakest link. Teamwork makes the dream work, forever and ever, amen, right? So yes, Jen, August especially, I know a lot of us have kids or have school age kids, and there's just lots of things going on in the world right now that are transitions are crazy, and August is a lot of things like that. So I'm excited for this program to start. If you're brand new, I hope that you are loving Scentsy already. Train yourself, but don't overwhelm yourself, because I know it can be very, very, very overwhelming, especially if you're like a type A, I want to know all the things and I want to do well and all that. Take it one day at a time. And if you are brand new, the reason why I redid my new consultant videos is because that 5-day boot camp, or those 5 video boot camp, do that first. Don't worry about everything else. Everything else can wait. Samples can wait. All of the other things can wait. Worry about that 5 video series and your first things first checklist. Don't get overwhelmed with all of the things, because trust me, there's a lot of things. And there's a lot of things that you'll see on our team pages that just aren't necessary for brand new consultants. So don't compare yourself. Don't feel like because Chastity did a video on pod parties, you need to go buy the things to do pod parties. You don't, you're brand new. You have momentum like no other. So just remember that. If you're feeling overwhelmed, get with your sponsor. If your sponsor is not helping you, please reach out to your upline director, because we need to know that. Because if you're hungry and you want to grow, we want to make sure that we can do what we can to help you. Exactly what Liza said, simplicity is key. And that's one of Scentsy's core values too. Simplicity, authenticity, and generosity, right? Did I say that right? Yeah. Be simple. I'm bougie about things because I've been doing it for 5 years, so I can do that. And I need the write-offs and I enjoy it. But when you're brand new, simple. All people need is testers and catalogs. I love y'all. I'm going to get off here. I will post the recording when it's ready. If you're brand new, go do the 5 consultant new videos. And I know that not everybody that joins that does it, because I can see all the views on YouTube. Like, I know that not everybody goes all the way through it. And I know that people aren't doing their first things first checklist, because your sponsor can see if your training is incomplete. So just do the things, read your information. Love y'all. I hope y'all are ready, because it's fall. It's time to buckle up. It's time to change all the world, make it smell fabulous, and be in Disney World next summer. All right? See y'all later.